Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Big up for anyone that's tuning into Never a Foul. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you drop a subscribe. We're going to be talking about Arsenal versus Real Madrid, not just the preview or anything alike. It's the energy for energy on display, and it's nothing short of embarrassing. You have to call it out. If you're going to run a multi-club channel, you're going to have to be fair in some instances. And I'm kind of surprised that this hasn't blown up more than what it has done at the moment, right? I'm not here to glaze. I'm not here to make anyone suffer, but just hear me out for a sec, right? You know, when Arsenal made the video for Real Madrid, it going around different fans, it was well edited, there was a lot of different personalities, and it was getting crucified online. It's like, oh, act like you've been there before. What are you doing? You're supposed to be a big club. What are these videos? They're pathetic. All these sort of comments. And I just think, like, at that time I thought, yeah, you know what? Act like you've been there before. But at the same time, don't tell someone how to support something. They might have got, a big bag of energy from it. You never know how it may affect anyone positively, especially younger fans, right? Sometimes you got to think about the younger fans, not just the older fans. This is a bigger moment. This is a big occasion. And of course, we all know that Arsenal went on to win 3-0 spectacularly, and it probably should have been even more. Declan Rice, no one's going to forget that. I think I've watched that about 10, 15, 20 times myself. It's just the precision on that free kick, top bins, power is absolutely insane. And of course, tomorrow night, there's other questions. Thomas Partey, but for them, they've got no Camavinga. We can display it however it need be, right? But my whole thing is, why has not how has the same energy not been brought towards Real Madrid? Because hold on a moment, rewind a little bit. You can go check it for yourselves. It's on their official Twitter account and more. There's obviously reports about certain things. Let's get straight into it. Real Madrid have also posted a very similar video to Arsenal, trying to galvanize the team. And I'm not saying it's wrong, by the way, because some Real Madrid fans might like, they might like it. But for a team that's won a Champions League, I think about 15, 16 times. Sorry if I'm not correct, but it's something around those figures anyways. They won a lot. Why are they not acting like they've been there before? Since you've been there before, why do you need to put out such a video to galvanize the fans? Shouldn't the fans be ready? The second leg's at the Bernabeu, by the way. And we all got told, and I know this as fact, teams don't usually win when they have to go to the Bernabeu in the second leg. Yeah, it's very, very difficult. If you want to beat Real Madrid and knock them out, history shows that you need to play the first leg at the Bernabeu and then knock them out at your own gaff. Yeah. Arsenal did it many, many years ago. Chelsea have done it recently, and also Manchester City. Go check it yourselves, right? They always bring back the second leg to their own ground. It's difficult. It goes for most teams, by the way. It's not just, like solely just for Real Madrid. It's difficult to go to an away ground, aka Anfield. But the whole, Heritage FC this year has been absolutely demolished. PSG knocking out Liverpool recently, and it was at Anfield, and even brought it back to Aston Villa in the second leg, who got Heritage, knocked them out too. This year as well, when we deep in it, Arsenal have been obviously doing what they need to do. I believe they finished. Did they not finish top? No, Liverpool did. They finished obviously in the spaces where they need to go automatically through. They're just doing their thing, right? And deservedly so. Their record in Europe's been amazing, defense and whatnot. But Real Madrid have not acted like they've been here before. Why is that not getting called out? So I'm calling it out. And it's fair for me to call it out. And I don't believe anyone can get onto me about it, because I'll do the same for your club as well. It was all laughing matters until they won 3-0. I do believe Arsenal go through tomorrow, but I do believe there's also an occasion where this is the Champions League. If Real Madrid score one early, the rest are coming. That's just how it works. That's how they've acted before. That's how it usually goes down. It might get brought into extra time. Who knows, right? If it goes to penalties, I think Arsenal go out as well. But my whole thing is, not only have they posted a video which is quite cringy, right? What they're doing, for the message that's been sent out from obviously their president, and also recently, and I'm going to read it literally bar for bar, just in, yeah? And it could have been worded differently on different sources. Real Madrid players won't use their usual tunnel when coming onto the pitch tomorrow. Okay, so how are they going to join the pitch? They'll descend from heaven. Breathe. Take a moment there. What does that even mean? What does that even mean, people? Honestly, what do you mean they're gonna descend from the heaven? Because you know the funny thing is, if and probability shows that they're not gonna go through. Now, if it was Arsenal that didn't win, by the way, the 3-0 in the first leg at obviously the Emirates, then that whole thing would have been bantered. Now, if Real Madrid don't go through, I really want to see how not only their fans act, but I want to see if other rival fans are going to also point it out. Because I'm pretty sure there are going to be some haters, and there's going to be some people, fair play, you done your thing. Now go and win it, cut type thing. But I just thought it's a bit shocking, innit? It's shocking behavior. And I think it's kind of funny. So I just thought I'd point out the hypocrisy. And going forward, I can't wait for this game. We all just saw Aston Villa versus PSG. We all thought it was done. PSG were at 2-0 up. It was 5-1 on aggregate. And they should have come back and probably brought them to extra time. Right? Didn't happen. Dortmund nearly brought it back against Barcelona to bring them back to extra time. Guirassy with obviously the hat trick and whatnot, but not enough, right? So I'm not saying tomorrow's out of the question. You even got Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich, huge game as well. No Lautaro Martinez, huge game. We'll see how how everything unfolds. Keep smashing the likes, people, as well. Don't forget, subscribe. I know you lot hear this a lot. It's annoying as well. Oh, whatever. Just keep moving on to talk about the football. If you're on your TVs, anything like that, any like is appreciated. I wish I had a nice little widget that comes on here and then scrolls across saying subscribe, like the video. I ain't at that part yet. Used to, but regardless. But tomorrow, I'm just going to go into like a little miniature preview. Of course, we'll be on a live doing all of that as well. Is how Arteta means to set up. Should he go for what he's done recently? Go for the normal 4-3-3, play players the way they go in, and just play your game, right? Go at it if you need to. Go for the extra goal, or do you set up how you need to set up, which is disgusting Simeone low block that Arteta has been crucified for, by the way, including myself, about playing this defensive, disgusting football. Even without Gabriel Magalhaes, one thing that Madrid have struggled to do is literally play in tight spaces, right? They got a lot of players that thrive on the transition. I think that's the case. Set up in a disgusting 5-block, 5-4-1, 4-4-2, change the shape however you need to, and go from there. Have someone to break. Put Martinelli up front. Put Marino up front. It doesn't matter. All I know, you just need hard workers on both sides. I don't think you need to even change much. I don't think you should change anyone. I think losing Thomas Partey is potentially, by the way, and we all know what maybe reasons it could be. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Just move on, right? Because you don't have Thomas Partey, you're losing a big piece in the controller. Now, you don't want to play Jorginho. That's just stupid. But sometimes think, what about a flat 4? What about a flat 4? Even if you play Erdegaard out wide or something, or even you play him in the middle, you need Declan Rice in there. But do you put Marino in there and put Martinelli up front? Big questions, right? How are you going to change that shape? Because you want to lock it down as much as possible, but you want to progress the ball as much as possible as well. Now, Jorginho is not the guy. Now, there's another name in there. I'm not in favor of him. I don't like him. I hate everything about him. But Zinchenko might be that guy. And why I will say it, because he's used to 5-4-1 or 3-5-2s and everything like that because of Ukraine. He plays in the midfield 3, not a 2, but he could really help solidify it. And another name I would say, because you could literally play him as a wing-back solution and play extra centre-backs if need be. Just depend. This is just thoughts. I want to know your thoughts, by the way, more than my own. Is maybe Lewis Skelly as well next to Rice. Put Erdegaard maybe out wide. Someone that's a bit more of a controller and that can set the tempo down. It's not out of question. I just feel like the one time where you feel like you need to manage a hot situation, it's probably now. Do you go into the low block straight away? Do you build into the low block? Do you assess how the game's going first? Because you don't want to be leaving space in behind. You want to close all the gaps as much as possible to find your solution. I don't want you lot going through. If you're an Arsenal fan, I don't want you going through. I hope for this absolute remontada from Madrid, right? But I can't see how they do it. And we've doubted them in the past, but I just don't think they got the Benzemas of the world and that to put them through anymore. So that's that. Anyways, I just thought I'd talk about energies. I thought I'd just talk about that little briefly. Big up everyone that's actually tuned in. And yeah, man, we're gonna find out a little bit later. Amazing panels all throughout the day. So yeah, make sure you tune into the live shows. We've got quite a few Arsenal fans that want to jump on at the end. At 10:45 p.m. UK time. If not 12 o'clock, we'll talk about it in the middle of the day. Big up, salute, peace, God bless. And make sure you just smash the likes on the way out.